Okay, so are you ready to dive into some alien wisdom today?
I am always ready for that. And these aliens and this wisdom is particularly interesting.
Yeah, this is a pretty unique one.
It is. Okay.
We're exploring a fictional podcast interview with this extraterrestrial visitor named Xyrnax from the planet Zynar-12.
Yeah, it's like a what-if scenario, you know? Like, what if we actually did encounter an alien species, and what could we learn from them?
Exactly. It's a thought experiment,
Right.
Like holding up a mirror to humanity through the eyes of a completely different species.
And that mirror might reveal some pretty surprising things about ourselves. That's what's so fascinating about this kind of deep dive.
So let's talk about Zynar-12. First of all, imagine a planet with 2 suns and no day or night cycle,
Whoa, that's hard to wrap your head around.
right?
Yeah, like how would life even evolve on a planet like that?
I mean, our whole concept of time is based on the rising and setting of the sun.
Exactly. So on Zynar-12, their experience of time would be totally different from ours. You know, it's like trying to explain jet lag to someone who's never experienced a day-night cycle.
They'd be like, what's jet lag?
Exactly. They wouldn't even have a concept for it.
And it gets even weirder. Xyrnax describes Xenarians as energy forms with adaptable density and shape.
Oh yeah, that part is pretty mind-blowing. So they're not limited by physical bodies like we are.
Yeah, like imagine being able to change your shape at will.
Well, your density, like becoming super dense to withstand pressure or super light to float through the air.
It's like they have superpowers.
In a way, yeah. But it also makes you think about what it means to be an individual.
Yeah.
If your form is constantly changing, what defines your sense of self?
Right. That's where the concept of core consciousness comes in, right? Xyrnax explains that their species shares a collective consciousness.
Yeah, it's like a vast network of interconnected minds.
So every Xenarian has access to the memories and experiences of every other Xenarian,
Pretty much. Imagine the potential for knowledge and understanding.
but also the potential for a loss of privacy. Like, I value my own individual thoughts of experiences.
Of course. That's a natural human reaction, but what if you never had any secrets? What if everyone knew everything about everyone else? Could that lead to greater trust and harmony?
Maybe. I'm not sure I could handle that level of transparency.
It's definitely a different way of thinking about things, and it makes their observations about humanity even more intriguing.
Right. They see us as a species with so much potential, but plagued by conflict and division.
Which is kind of ironic considering they seem to have achieved a level of unity and harmony that we can only dream of.
Yeah, and I think their perspective on time plays a big role in that. Remember, they measure time in cycles of transformation, not linear units like we do.
Right, so they're not as focused on the short term like we are. They see the bigger picture, the ebb and flow of civilizations over vast stretches of time.
So while we're stressing about deadlines and to-do lists, they're contemplating the grand sweep of history.
Exactly. And from that perspective, our human conflicts might seem pretty insignificant. You know, like we're all caught up in winning the game while they're trying to understand the rules of the universe.
That's a great analogy. And it's not just about external conflicts either. Xyrnax also observes a sense of internal division within humanity.
Oh yeah, they describe human emotions as chaotic compared to the more harmonious feelings of Xenarians. I wonder if that chaos is partly due to our individualistic nature, you know, our constant striving for personal gain.
Yeah, it's like we're all competing against each other instead of cooperating.
And they seem to believe that this focus on individual achievement comes at the expense of collective well-being.
Which makes sense when you consider their core consciousness, where everyone is literally on the same wavelength.
Right, they're all part of the same system. So
Yeah.
harming one another is like harming themselves.
It's a completely different way of seeing the world.
And this difference in perspective extends to our technology as well. While we rely on physical tools and gadgets, Xenarians manipulate energy fields as an extension of their consciousness.
Wait, hold on. They can move things with their minds? Is that what you're saying?
It's not quite telekinesis as we imagine it. They describe it as a seamless integration of thought and energy, allowing them to shape and control the world around them.
Whoa, okay. That's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But it also makes me wonder if we're limiting ourselves by relying so heavily on physical technology. You know, are we missing out on a deeper level of connection with the world?
That's a really interesting question. And it's something that Xyrnax actually addresses later in the interview with a warning that we'll unpack in part 2 of this deep dive.
Oh, a cliffhanger. Well, folks, you'll have to wait till next time to hear what Xyrnax has to say about the dangers of our reliance on technology.
But trust me, it's worth the wait.
Until then, keep pondering those big questions about what it means to be human in a vast and interconnected universe.
And who knows, maybe we'll even learn a thing or two from our fictional alien friends.
All right, so stay tuned for part 2 where things get really interesting. We'll be back soon to delve deeper into Zynar wisdom and its implications for humanity.
So right before the break, we were talking about how Zynar tech, well, it's so different from ours.
Yeah, it's like they've skipped ahead a few chapters in the tech manual.
Yeah, like way ahead, right? They're manipulating energy fields with their consciousness while we're still fumbling around with keyboards and touchscreens.
It makes you wonder if we're even on the same evolutionary path.
That's a good question. Like, are we even playing the same game?
Right, because for them, technology seems to be an extension of who they are, like a natural outgrowth of their interconnectedness.
Exactly. And that brings us back to that warning Xyrnax gave, about Earth.
Oh yeah, the whole doom and gloom scenario. Climate change, resource depletion, societal fragmentation.
Yeah, all the fun stuff.
It's kind of funny. They can fold space travel across galaxies and they're worried about us.
Well, I think that's what makes their perspective so valuable. They've seen what happens to civilizations that don't prioritize sustainability and harmony.
So they're like the wise elders of the cosmos, warning us about the pitfalls of our own progress.
Exactly. They're like, hey, we've been there, done that, and trust us, you don't want to go down that road.
And what road is that exactly?
Well, it's the road of unchecked individualism, short-term thinking, the pursuit of profit over people and planet.
Yeah. It's like we're so focused on winning that we've forgotten what the game is even about.
And they're saying that that kind of thinking leads to a dead end, literally.
So what's the alternative? What's their solution?
Well, it all comes back to that concept of core consciousness, their deep interconnectedness with each other and with their planet.
Right, it's like they're all part of the same organism, so harming one another is like harming themselves.
Exactly, and that's why they see our current trajectory as so self-destructive. We're literally sawing off the branch we're sitting on.
So how do we change course? I mean, I'm all for unity and sustainability, but I can't imagine everyone suddenly developing a collective consciousness.
Of course not. But that doesn't mean we can't learn from their example, Maybe we can start by shifting our mindset away from me and towards we.
Okay, but how do we actually do that? Like, what does that look like in practice?
Well, for starters, it's about recognizing our interconnectedness, even without a literal core linking us together.
So like understanding that my actions have an impact on others, even those halfway across the world.
Exactly. It's about expanding our circle of compassion to include not just our family and friends, but also our community, our country, our planet.
But that's a tall order. I mean, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the scale of the challenges we face.
It is, and it's easy to fall into despair, to feel like our individual actions don't make a difference. But that's where Xyrnax's final message becomes so important. Remember, cherish your interconnectedness. Division is an illusion. Unity is your strength.
It's a powerful reminder that we're not alone in this, that we have the power to create positive change, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
And that power comes from recognizing our shared humanity, our interconnectedness with all living beings.
This reminds me of something else Xyrnax mentioned. They were fascinated by human creativity, particularly science fiction.
Oh yeah, that's right. They specifically mentioned Star Trek, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, like even aliens from another planet can appreciate a good space opera.
I guess some things are universal.
But it also made me wonder if science fiction can actually play a role in shaping our future.
How so?
Well, by exploring different possibilities, different ways of organizing society and interacting with technology, we can expand our understanding of what's possible.
It's like a mental rehearsal for the future, right? Like trying on different outfits to see what looks best.
Exactly. And maybe by immersing ourselves in stories of unity and cooperation, we can start to embody those values in our own lives.
So science fiction as a tool for social change, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, and maybe even a necessary one, if we want to avoid the dystopian futures that so many of these stories warn us about.
That's a good point. I mean, look at what's happening in the world right now. Climate change, political polarization, social unrest. It's easy to feel like we're heading down a dark path.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like the bad guys are winning.
But remember what Zynar said, unity is our strength. It's in coming together that we find our true power.
So instead of giving in to fear and despair, we need to focus on building bridges instead of walls.
Exactly. And that starts with recognizing our shared humanity, our interconnectedness with all living beings.
It's a message that's as relevant today as it was when Star Trek first aired decades ago.
And it's a message that we need to keep hearing, keep reminding ourselves of, because the future of our planet depends on it.
All right, so we've talked about the Xynarians' unique perspective on time, technology, and society. We've explored their warnings for Earth and their insights into the power of unity and interconnectedness.
But now it's time to turn the lens inward, to reflect on what this all means for us here and now.
Because as fascinating as the Xynarians are, the real deep dive is one we take into our own hearts and minds.
So in part 3 of this deep dive, we'll be exploring the personal implications of Xynarian wisdom. We'll discuss how we can apply their insights to our own lives and how we can cultivate a sense of interconnectedness in our daily experiences.
So stay tuned, folks, because the journey continues. All right, so we've journeyed to Zynar-12, met Xyrnax, learned about their crystalline world and their mind-bending technology.
Yeah, and we even discovered their shared love for Star Trek. Who knew, right?
It's like finding out your alien pen pal is also a Trekkie.
Exactly. But now it's time to bring things back down to Earth, to see how this Xynarian wisdom can actually apply to our own lives.
Right, because it's easy to get lost in the theoretical stuff. But how do we actually put these principles into practice?
That's the real challenge, isn't it? It's one thing to talk about unity and interconnectedness, but it's another thing to actually live it.
Yeah, especially in a world that often feels so divided and chaotic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin?
Well, I think Xyrnax gave us a few clues. Remember their whole thing about time being cyclical, about seeing the bigger picture.
Oh, yeah. Like not getting so caught up in the day-to-day grind.
Right. It's like taking a step back and realizing that our lives are part of something much larger than just our own little dramas and deadlines.
So instead of always striving for individual achievement, we start thinking about how our actions contribute to the well-being of the whole.
Yeah, like that whole core consciousness thing, right? It's a radical concept. But maybe there's a lesson in there for us, about dissolving the boundaries between self and other.
It's like recognizing that we're all connected, even if we don't have a literal core linking us together.
So how do we actually cultivate that sense of interconnectedness in a practical way?
Well, I think it starts with small acts of kindness and compassion.
You mean like being nice to people, even those who aren't nice to us?
Especially them, because you never know what someone else is going through.
Right.
Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're carrying a heavy burden. A little bit of empathy can go a long way.
Okay, I can try that. But what about the bigger issues, like climate change and social injustice? Those problems feel so overwhelming. How can one person make a difference?
Well, that's where collective action comes in. Remember, unity is your strength. It's about joining forces with others who share our values, supporting organizations working towards positive change.
Right, like using our voices and our votes to amplify those efforts.
And it's about making conscious choices in our daily lives, like supporting sustainable businesses, reducing our waste, speaking up against discrimination.
So it's not about single-handedly saving the world. It's about doing what we can where we are with what we have.
Exactly. And trusting that our individual actions, however small, can contribute to a larger movement towards a more just and sustainable future.
It's like that butterfly effect.
Right.
One small flap of a wing can create a hurricane on the other side of the world.
I like that analogy. And it reminds me of something else Xyrnax mentioned about how Earth's technology is limited by our reliance on physical constructs.
Oh, yeah. They were saying that our gadgets are like crutches.
Yeah.
That we've become so dependent on them that we've forgotten the power of our own minds.
Our capacity for empathy, for creativity, for connection. Those are the tools that can truly transform the world.
So maybe the real challenge isn't developing new technology. It's about developing our inner potential.
About tapping into that wellspring of wisdom and compassion that resides within each of us.
Because when we do that, we become more than just individuals striving for personal gain.
We become co-creators of a better future, agents of positive change.
Okay. That's a powerful thought. But I have to admit, it's also a little daunting. It's like we're being called to step up and be the heroes of our own story.
It is a big responsibility, but it's also an incredible opportunity, the opportunity to create a world that is more sustainable, more harmonious.
And we don't have to do it alone, right? We have each other. We have the wisdom of those who came before us. And maybe, just maybe, we have the watchful gaze of our interstellar neighbors cheering us on.
So let's take a deep breath, embrace the challenge, and remember the words of Xyrnax. Cherish your interconnectedness. Division is an illusion. Unity is your strength.
That's a message worth remembering, and a message that gives me hope for the future. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Xynarian wisdom.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
We hope it sparked some new thoughts and inspired you to see the world through a different lens, to recognize the interconnectedness of all things.
and to embrace the power of unity and compassion in your own life.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep connecting.